5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is Deducter bringing you the winners match of the OSL Ro24 Group E. So today we have Hyvaa versus Constantly, aka Hiya. Hiya starting as the yellow Terran at the 7 o'clock position, and Hyvaa is the Zerg player. Brown Zerg, it looks like, at the 1 o'clock position. They are cross-map on the 4-player map Gladiator. So let's see what both players do. And a 5 pool coming out for I'm just left a bit speechless here. A 5 pool coming out here for Hyvaa. I'm always a bit stunned when this sort of thing happens. And that little kid is still watching StarCraft attentively. That's great. They're probably going to show that kid every single game this today in the series here. So, very exciting stuff. Perhaps the kid even knows exactly what's going on. This could be the new prodigy. In fact, I already understand StarCraft at a basic level when he looks like he can't be older than like 3 or 4. Probably 4 or 5, probably, not 3. Anyway, 5 pool coming for Hyvaa versus, it looks like a standard build coming for Hiya. He's put down a supply depot in the front. So, I think a lot of this will depend on luck and scouting. They are in cross-map positions, which is going to help out. Hiya, of course, the longer distance, always going to be important in this sort of fast rush strategy. If Hiya can spot this with an early SCV scout, or if he elects to use his SCV to blockade, no, he's scouting. If he can scout what's going on, he'll be fine. If he can't get a blockade up, though, it will be over. The Zerglings are already morphing. They will be there in time. Looks like Hiya has sent out a second SCV to block, and just, unfortunately, Hiya is in the bottom 2 spawn points, and the Marines will pop out on the correct side. If their positions have been reversed, Hiya would still be in deep trouble because the Marines would not be protected by the Terran buildings. So, luck playing a huge role in these games. I'm a little surprised why Hyvaa decided to go for this. I mean, there is only a 25% probability, 33% probability that he would get lucky that way. If he spawned on the bottom, I could certainly understand why, but I don't think this rush is going to accomplish anything. The blockade is completely set up at this point, and there is nothing that Hyvaa can do. He can pick away at one of these supply depots and hopes he kills it, but I think Hiya is going to be able to bring forces out to stop it with no problem. He can pull as many SCVs as needed to defend, and that supply depot getting picked away, but more SCVs coming to repair. SCVs coming to repair just in time. The Marine killing the Zerglings. That supply depot still almost dead, hovering at the 20 HP. The repairs so critical. The supply depot goes down after intense effort by the Zerglings. Supply depot goes down, and a new supply depot goes up. But critically, Marines have been built, and the time the supply depot bought has been absolutely critical. Hyvaa spent everything on those Zerglings. It looks like he's put down a second hatchery, and he's probably going to try to drone up, but he's suffered so much in his early gambit here. His economy is wrecked. There is pretty much no way that he could come back and compete economically at this point. So again, I'm a little confused why Hyvaa went for a 5 pool. If you spawn in the bottom 2 locations, I can certainly understand why. There would, in fact, be a 66% chance that the Marines would not pop out in the optimal position. And those are favorable odds. But as it stands, things not working out for Hyvaa at all. Actually, I'm not 100% clear on the blockading, the way to blockade at the 2 top positions, whether the Marines pop inside or outside of the base there. That's very important information to know. But I would imagine that at the top 2 positions, at least there's the possibility of that happening. I think. So surely these pro gamers know these facts. Unfortunately, I do not. Again, it seems somewhat baffling why Hyvaa went for this. Now he's put down the 3rd hatchery, but he is so behind. Engineering bay almost complete already here for Hiya, so he's just going to go for the +1 attack, and I think what he should do is put down his expansion, 4 more barracks, and just assault the front with infantry, and Hyvaa will either be forced to put down about 4 or 5 Sunkens to defend, or, well, that's pretty much all he can do. and his economy already having been crippled cannot sustain other hits like that. Hiya, at the very minimum, should be able to keep Hiva to 2 bases, and I don't think Hiya should have any issues this game. Although stranger things have happened, who knows, perhaps Hiva has also been possessed by the spirit of one of the Zerg Wraiths and will be able to defeat Hiya's army in the field somehow over and over again. But this is highly unlikely. This isn't C versus Baxter. Baxter was set back, but he wasn't crippled economically, whereas if your 5-pool fails, you are screwed economically. Even now, Hiva's still building drones. I mean, he got his gas up maybe a minute ago at the earliest. And probably he's only started to morph layer now, whereas 3 more barracks are coming up, stim, +1 attack. I guess Hiva is hoping for a mistake coming from Hiya. That's pretty much his only chance. Hiya commits some sort of grave blunder, and not necessarily bad. I mean, I think sometimes premature GG is silly. Those are things picking off the scouting SCV. Good work there. And there is a small chance, however remote, that Hiva could still come back. However, I just think it would be... It's not really up to Hiva here. Hiya would either have to delay his attack forever, or he would have to commit some sort of massive blunder, like walking into lurker traps. And wisely for Hiva, he opted not to go for Milas. He can't afford Milas. With a few lurkers and the Sunkens, he could actually potentially defend. So, good move by Hiva, doing whatever he can to at least try to survive in this game. If he went for Milas, I think there's absolutely no chance of him coming back. Massive army of Manic Marines will be banging on the front soon enough. And Hiva probably couldn't even afford minerals to build Sunkens if he decides to morph Milas at that point. Certainly he wouldn't have minerals to build Zerglings, which is also what you need to combat infantry. Milas plus Zerglings. Just Milas alone, not too great. Just Zerglings alone. It can work if you catch a Terran unprepared, but not nearly as effective as a combination. Those Zerglings trying to sneak in, not going to happen. So many infantry out for Hiya. He's got maybe a control group and a half already. I'm not even sure whether lurker research has been finished for Hiva. A few lurkers, perhaps if he can get a stop lurker trap up and manage to catch these Marines out in the field and kill a good number of them, he could come back that way. There are 2 bunkers at the front here for Hiya. He's going to be well prepared for any sort of potential counter-assault. Creep colonies going down at the Natro. Hiva really has little choice. He's morphing his lurkers out in the middle of the field now. Missile turret going down in a blockading sort of position. Hiya is taking no chances. He's being as careful as possible. He has separated his Marines from his medics, though. I mean, if this were a better Zerg player, well, I guess even a better Zerg player would have no chance of dealing with that. He just doesn't have the units. Just now his lurkers are finished, and those infantry are banging at the front. There is nothing there to save the lurkers. I mean, the Sunkens. Lurker finally morphs scan. It's dead instantly. Those Marines ripping through the front. Counterattack is not going to work. There are 2 bunkers with stim Marines and turret. So GG surely coming soon from Hiva. Not too much he could have done, honestly. But, yeah. So, it appears that Hiya makes it out of this group, and we will go on to the losers match.
최근에 5월 말 6월 초는 상당히 좋았던 구성원인데 그 이후 하락 때 겪었던 구성원 선수한테 개인 리그 스타리그 할때만 되면 갑자기 선수로 주목받아요.
그렇죠. 예. 그 위너스 리그 그리고 스타리그.
네.
예, 거기서 구성훈 선수가 한 날리고 또 구성훈 선수 올라가고 또 한 번 더 타야 되는데
네.
사실은 이재동 선수 팬분들도 구성훈이 올라오길 바랍니다. 예. 이재동이 잉어빵 먹는 것도 한번 봐야 되거든요.
네. 근데 이재동에 그렇게 막 과격하게 도발할 선수 경기 아무 이 경우도 막 잘 어우러집니다만 그렇게 신경전으로 도발할 선수는 구성원밖에 없거든요. 네. 자, 구성원 이렇게 기분 좋게 2대0으로 2연승으로 기분 좋게 스타리그 16강 본선에 합류했고요. 다음 시간에 이제 듀얼 토너먼트의 하이라이트가 시작됩니다. 패배자는 그리고 최종 진출전으로 돌아가겠습니다. 잠시 후에 뵙겠습니다.